Welcome to Jeep Beach News and Views, a podcast about everything Jeep Beach in Daytona Beach, Florida. Here are your hosts, Charlene and Kurt from JBR.
Hey, y'all.
And welcome back to Jeep Beach News
Welcome
and
back.
Views.
We've been gone
Yeah, for a week.
Oh. It's felt longer
Where
than
have
that.
you been? Everywhere.
It's race week.
It's race week, y'all. We're in the middle of Speedweeks,
It is.
festivities, lots of sponsors in town, new sponsors. We're meeting and learning more about their platforms. And
We are. Had a
just all
ball last
kinds-
night.
We did. We supported the NASCAR Foundation. Again, for those that forget, I will remind you right now that Jeep Beach is a nonprofit, y'all. We are a charity. We're a charity that raises money for other charities, and the NASCAR Foundation for years has been a partner of Jeep Beach. And this year, the partnership has definitely looked different. But with that difference has come a lot of our buy-in for them has been manpower and volunteers and things of that nature. And so we have had two great events, one around the Rolex, which we talked about back at the end of January, the Taste of the 24. And then this week in the midst of Speedweeks, we're in the midst of it.
Speedweeks.
I need to be wakes. I need to be
Speed
waking
weeks.
it up.
You guys were
Yes.
partying last night.
Not
Partied hard.
partying,
No,
working. We
Okay.
had to. No, for real.
Really?
I told Kurt, I said I forgot to pack my
Walking shoes.
my working shoes. So I had to strike the entire Rolex lounge with the foundation last night in heels. That was fun.
So we got there at 9 o'clock yesterday morning, helped get everything set up, went home, changed clothes, came back, and we worked till midnight. We rolled in about 12:30 this morning, but raised a lot of money.
It was 1 o'clock when I looked at the.
When we laid down, it was 1 o'clock.
When we laid down. See, I was delirious by the time.
Yeah.
Did I mention I did all of the striking in heels? I was
But,
like, what was I thinking? I forgot my shoes.
But had
So
a lot
that
of drivers
was,
there last night and
it
raised
was
a lot of
of
money.
fun.
And our own
Daniel Dye.
won the tournament.
He did. Your Race to Stop Suicide, Jeep Beach Race to Stop Suicide, and Jeep Beach March to Stop Suicide representative and NASCAR Xfinity driver, Daniel Dye took he took the first place trophy.
He did. And also, Race Against Suicide won $5,000 to their charity because he was the last driver sitting.
Still at the
So
table,
it was a really good night
the foundation donated not Jeep Beach, but which I mean we help them raise money.
Yeah.
So vicariously, it's Jeep Beach too.
So just to circle back, what was it that you were doing?
The Betty Jane France Texas High Speed Poker Tournament.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I get it all the way in?
It sounds like
Betty
it.
Jane France Texas Hold'em High Speed Texas Hold'em Poker Tournament.
Correct.
Like Randy Dye's place.
Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
But
I'm so proud of myself.
But
Anytime somebody wants to ask me what the dealership is, it only took me 5 years to get that right.
but we know why Daniel Dye won.
Why is that?
Well, last night he had a Jeep Beach Challenge coin on the table.
Right in front of him.
Right in front of him.
That was a good luck charm.
And that
It
was a
his
good luck charm. And
we told him you can't play poker now without that sitting in
that's
front
right.
of him.
Yeah. So, when we see him on the World Poker Tour, when his
Well,
racing
and
career's
what's even
open,
more fun, Jeep Beach Nation, is obviously we're surrounded by a bunch of poker players because not only did Daniel win this year, last year we had a Jeep Beach event director, Mark Bowersox, at the table, and he finished third last year. And then the year before that, our very own Angie Friedel, who is our assistant, she won the whole tournament.
Yep.
So 3 years in a row, Jeep Beach has been repped at the final table in the top three.
Pretty good poker players.
And we also had...
Who knew?
Well, we had one more at the final table. Eco Coolers.
Eco Coolers.
So, do you guys go out to Vegas at all?
Never been.
Nope.
Kurt and I have never been to Vegas.
You guys are winning. You guys got to go.
I did
No,
good.
no. It's
This
way
is-
easier when it's not your money.
Way easier when
Say,
it's not
yeah,
your money.
yeah. You
guys
This is charity pretend money.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's still good practice.
It was
I
good
have
practice.
to tell you, when I've got, $60, $75, $100,000 worth of chips sitting in front of me, I feel all kinds of confident.
But our dealer did not really like Charlene.
Oh my God, y'all! I didn't get to play a hand probably until at least 10 or 12 hands into the game. Once
Every hand it was
my highest,
Oh.
my highest card. It was mostly like 5 or below, and all different suits.
It was
My
bad.
highest card by the 10th hand was like a 9 of spades, I think, and I was like, "Okay, Jim, dude, you and I need to talk." We've just met. What could I have possibly done in like 3 minutes to you where you can't at least deal me a good, decent hand where I can play?
But you won a big hand.
I did. I
You
won
did all
2
right.
big hands actually. So I did pretty well, but it was fun. And everything that Charlene knows about poker happens at the Betty Jane France high-speed Texas Hold'em poker
Yes, it
tournament.
does.
I don't play poker other than that,
Hey,
and it's fun. I
But
have
you
a good
did.
time.
You won. You won a raffle item.
Oh, I did win. What did I win?
You
I
won
don't
your
remember.
Betty Jane France.
Oh, I got another, since I'm the Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award winner from 2020, thank you to Jeep Beach Nation. We were able to raise $100,000 for the Boys and Girls Club in 2020, which was amazing. But carrying an honor and award such as the Betty Jane France Humanitarian Award, I always try to support the NASCAR Foundation through some of her items that go up for auction from the private Betty Jane France collection. And she had the cutest, Rob. You would love it. I'll let you borrow it if you want
Love
to.
it, Rob.
It's the cutest little resin box for all
First
of my
off,
glasses.
I was gonna say, when you start everything but the cutest, I'm not sure I'm going to be interested.
Sure, you
would.
would. You would.
Okay.
I think you would love it.
Let me write that down. Cutest
Yeah.
little
Yes.
Glass box.
Glass box.
box.
Like for your glasses, like reading glasses.
So you
and
won the
whatnot.
cutest little glass box
That you're welcome to borrow anytime you want,
All right.
Rob.
Keep
It
that in
matches
mind.
your eyes.
Oh yeah.
So funny. And then we had some other surprises through the night, but
We did.
it was a fun night, a great night. Thank you to all of the NASCAR drivers that came out and supported the NASCAR Foundation because again, yes,
We had some good. I mean,
we
we
had some great,
we had
but what I was
Kyle
gonna,
Busch, Joey Logano.
we had 18 drivers there.
Brad Keselowski.
18 drivers were there last night.
Suarez.
Yeah, and a lot of the NASCAR, I call them 8 floors, the top level guys, right?
Yes.
they joined last night as well. So it was a great event. Raised
Finished
a
off
lot
about
of,
midnight or so, 1 o'clock ish.
Yeah,
By the time we
by
got
the
cleaned
time the
up.
final
Yep.
table
So
was.
the drivers had time to get last call at lollipops.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, and we had some old timey drivers there.
We did. Richard Petty came in,
Oh,
gave
awesome.
Jeep Beach
Yeah.
Nation. Of course, he saw me and gave me a big hug. And,
Yep.
and he said, "You tell all my Jeepers I said hi." So,
That's awesome.
hi, Jeep Beach Nation
Yeah.
from Richard Petty.
How old is Richard Petty now?
80 something.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Siri. I don't
Greg
know.
Biffle was there. He was fun. And
Yes, and was
For
able
all
to
of
shake
our-
his hand and,
Yep.
and thank him for all the relief effort that he's
because,
put
he was
forth.
flying the helicopter in North Carolina
Yes.
when all it
And
started.
he's done a tremendous amount of humanitarian work
Yep.
in Western North Carolina. So very honored and proud to
And-
be able to say he's 87. Richard Petty is 87.
I can't imagine he was there at midnight.
He was there late,
Was he?
but
Yeah, he was
not
there
at
late.
midnight.
God
bless him.
But not at late. I bet they were probably gone by 9.
But I will tell you the funniest conversation. We're standing at the bar, and Zane Smith is standing behind me.
And he's also, is he
He's a driver.
Xfinity or
No,
is he
he's-
Cup?
he's
Is he
Cup.
Cup now?
He's Cup. So
Watching all these kids grow
He's,
up and move levels, right? I mean, Daniel's
So-
full-time Xfinity this
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
So we have our favorite bartenders up there, and we always give them a nice tip when we get there because we're going to see them a lot. And I'm standing there, and
Speak for yourself.
okay, I'm picking up people's drinks.
Okay.
They're not
Good-
just for
he's
mine.
a good cabana boy.
I was cabana boring last night, and so he's standing behind me, and I look around. I said, "Do you need a drink?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I've just been wet." I said, "Hold on a minute." So I turned around to our favorite bartender. I said, "Could you please get Zane Nick Ultra?" So he gets one, and then he's like, "Okay, so what is Jeep Beach?" So we have like a 10-minute conversation because he used to have a Jeep, and he said, "I don't have one now because, as you can see on my shirt, I am sponsored by Ford." And I was like, "No, I understand." He said, "But I did love my Jeep." But he does have a challenge coin. So he has a Jeep Beach challenge coin, and he said I may have to get me another one. I'm like, well, you go right ahead.
What did he have? Did he tell you what kind of Jeep
he had? An old CJ,
and he got rid of it.
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
Good.
Yeah.
Who cares if he was sponsored by Ford? You can have a Jeep.
Speaking of sponsored by Ford,
goodness.
let's talk about the Jeep commercial in the Super Bowl Sunday.
That was awesome.
How amazing, Rob! You're looking at me like you haven't watched it.
Did you not see it?
I don't know.
We even shared it on the Jeep Beach Facebook page.
I probably
social media
saw.
pages.
What was it about?
With
Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was
that
such
was definitely
a
cool. But see, I was at a
great-
party and it was kind of hard to.
Okay, well, I loved it because at the very end he's talking about everything Jeep and the freedoms and yada yada, and he goes, and yes, even though my last name's Ford,
I'm driving a Jeep.
I'm driving a Jeep. It was such a great marketing commercial campaign.
They should have had him change his name, like go to a
Harrison Jeep.
Harrison Jeep, changing my name. What? Harrison Ford, you're classic. It's iconic.
But it was a great commercial.
And so anyway, so kudos to the brand and congratulations on literally what I think is being reviewed as one of the best, if not the best commercial of Super Bowl Sunday. So kudos to Jeep. And they, the halftime show, yes, Jeep sponsored it. No, they have nothing to do with who the entertainment is. That's all NFL. But you know what? This is what I'm going to say about the halftime entertainment, Jeep Beach Nation. And we're not going to get on a soapbox and we're not going to make this a political, controversial statement. But whether or not you liked it, disliked it, whatever, it is no reason for you to fight with your friends, because at the end of the day, whether or not you liked it or disliked it, is it really going to change the course of your day or your life?
Care? I mean, it's not.
And that's my point.
If you don't listen, if you're not an active listener of hip hop, you're probably not going to know who Kendrick Lamar is.
I had no idea who he was. And I have to tell you, it was not my forte, but I got to thinking to myself the next morning, what did I just listen to last night? So I went and I looked up his lyrics.
I mean, I know who SZA is. I mean, there's a couple of hits that they had together on the radio.
You look like SZA.
I don't even know. I don't even know who SZA is.
She was the one.
She was the one singing with them.
Yeah.
So my whole point
They're
to that
actually
is
touring this year together, which probably coincides with the whole Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
Thing and all that.
Well, the whole point in bringing that up is Jeep sponsored it. It's Super Bowl. It was good exposure for the brand. But what I'm going to say to that is be kind to each other and embrace each other's differences, y'all. It is not. Why does it matter? What are you?
It doesn't make a
difference. And all they want to do is cause division and strife, and I don't understand that.
It's very much similar to, say, if they had a thrash metal band playing at halftime. You're going to get people going, "What is this?" Because you don't listen to it doesn't mean
Behemoth.
Behemoth. Yeah, I don't know if they would get the nod to do that. I don't think so, but see, you know the stuff.
I am so impressed that she pulled that one out.
Yeah, really.
I was like, Mammoth, no, Behemoth.
Now, personally, I would have loved to have seen Foo Fighters play. I've always said that every year. They have so many hits over the years.
There'd be so many great things that could happen. But anyway, just be kind to each other, Jeep Beach Nation. We embrace each other's differences, because how boring would the world be if we all looked alike, talked alike, sounded alike, thought alike, did everything alike? It would be a remote controlled clonage, and that's not fun. There's no living to that. So anyway, you guys. All right, moving on, Kurt. That was a lot of catching up to do between Super Bowl and Speedweeks.
We've
and all
almost
that.
shot through our podcast.
But I want to highlight everything that's open right now with Jeep Beach, you guys. We are well over 2,000 registered participants. Jeeps, not people, but Jeeps, individual Jeeps. The VVIP all-inclusive package is selling, and it's selling really well right now. We're well over 100, I think almost to 200. Johnny and I will be getting some content from up there over the week and weekend during the races. So hope that you guys will get some bird's eye view of what it looks like to be up at the Rolex Lounge and that level for that experience. It's pretty awesome. That's where we were for the poker tournament, and everybody's like, this is so cool. So anyway, that is open. Registration obviously is open, and you can still get registered, and we are still mailing. We don't stop mailing, I I think, until sometime in March. So I'll get that date and we'll make sure everybody knows. But then once you can still register, you just then need to pick it up at gate 70. So it doesn't get, you and your packet don't pass each other on the interstate coming to Daytona Beach. So there is a deadline for shipping, but registration is open. All of our add-ons are open. And you know what? I have my computer open so I don't miss any of them, because our team, you guys, huge shout out to the Jeep Beach event directors. Can we just take that minute right now, Kurt? I mean, think about the amount of work that these volunteer directors put in to Jeep Beach.
And they are building some tremendous teams this year.
Oh my gosh. The amount of work, y'all. And again, let's say it. Volunteer directors. These people do not get paid. They have a passion and a desire to serve our mission, which is to support, fundraise, and support other charities. But they also have a major passion for creating the best Jeep experience for you guys here in Florida. If you're new to Jeep Beach and the Jeep Beach world, please remember that this is not a wheeling event per se. We have to manufacture wheeling experiences. Right. You guys bring in a ton of rock and dirt into the infield of the Daytona International Speedway to build a great obstacle course. We do have Cracker Ranch. That is open as an add-on right now, which is the off-road experience. I'm going to go up here, Kurt. You start talking about some things.
Club Row is open.
Club Row is open. That's huge.
We've got a
shout out.
Whole new area. I actually meet with the surveyors next Wednesday to lay out the Club Row parking, which will be at the front of the horseshoe this year. So when you park there, you will be able to get right out of your Jeep and walk right into the vendor area. So you will not have the walk like you had last year. Looked great on paper, just did not work.
Yeah, that was definitely
like
one of those.
We needed to. So we've already adjusted and fixed that.
That was definitely one of those we talked about post-event last year was Club Row. On paper, it didn't look nearly as far.
Yeah. That map from 30,000 feet up looked like it's just right there.
It's just right there.
So we fixed that. Vendor registrations rolling right along. A lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I just lost Kurt. I just lost my speaker, y'all. I can't hear. There it goes. I hear now, but I couldn't hear for a minute.
So,
could y'all hear me?
We still could hear you.
Oh well, I
and also some. Our vendors out there listening, I had two call me this week who had no idea they could get a porta potty. So please look at your registration. You can get it on your registration. If you didn't get one, go back in, get your porta john. We will get it. In. Yes, you can.
That's for vendors and for participants. If if you're a participant,
forgot something, get back in there and get it.
And add it on. If you're a vendor, go back into your account.
What's that again now?
The participants and the vendors, if they forgot to add something when they built and they want to go back in and add a porta-john for the vendors, they want a private porta-john at their vendor spot.
Yeah.
Then they can add that right on there. It's on the website.
Okay.
Right there, readily available. So please read through all the vendor registration process to the vendors. And then for the participants,
track laps open.
Track laps are open. Top and door storage is open. Now listen to all of these add-ons, you guys. Now the Jeep Beach Neon Nights Sound Showdown and the Show and Shine. That is Wednesday night, April 23rd, you guys. Wednesday night, April 23rd is the big Jeep Beach Show and Shine. I think it's limited to 300 Jeeps, as well as the newly formulated and developed Sound Showdown, which Matt and Kylie Cavanaugh are volunteer event directors for that Wednesday night. They're handling all things Sound Showdown and Show and Shine for us, and really just helping us get Wednesday night streamlined and better processes in place. But that is open, and you cannot, listen to me, Jeep Beach Nation, you cannot register for both the Sound Showdown and the Show and Shine. You have to pick one or the other.
Yes.
If you do the sound showdown, you cannot do the show and shine because there is no way for that to happen.
Should be clearly stated on the
It
website.
is clearly stated, but
Okay.
you still cannot understand how many questions that we get about that. You
Right.
cannot do
Because they're held
both.
at the same time. It's kind of
They're
hard to do
held
both.
at the exact same time, and it is not possible to have you in both places of the evening. So anyway, so Sound Showdown and Show and Shine, they are open. Top and door storage is open. Track laps are open. Trailer parking is open. And camping, all the camping in the world is open. Not all the camping because it's filling up pretty quick. So get your camping spot. And you get, now y'all listen to this. I'm sitting here looking at this. Can we just take a minute? I know what people are paying to camp inside the Daytona International Speedway this week, and it is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for the week.
Yep.
Okay. Our camping is for the premium famed driver owner lot. It is $1,000. It's where you guys put the JBR bus. How about that? The RV.
Yeah.
It is concrete slabs. It's full hookups. It is so nice.
And you are right outside the main entrance.
You are right at the gate to the main entrance, and it literally, you guys, is $1,000. It is, and that's for the week. That's not $1,000. That's for the whole time.
Yep.
That's for the whole time. And then we have other. So if you don't need a premium spot like that, we have lots of other camping, and we have tent and overland camping too. So very reasonable rates. So camp with us inside the Speedway. We want to see you guys out there. And we have a huge shout out to the Yeckel family, Joe, Stacy, and Andy.
Yep.
They've handled camping for us for years and years and years, and they've got it down to such a science.
By the way, real quick, on the Friday afternoon at the stage, we have Nikoloff. They are going to play. We've signed them up.
Yeah,
to do that, so.
yeah.
Very
So nice. Yeah, we're getting the schedule. Actually, I'm sitting here getting texts and dings about the schedule.
All
We're
right.
getting ready to launch that. So you guys be ready because it's coming out soon. But anyway, so the camping is open, and of course, like I said, the off-road experience is open. The Jeep giveaway tickets are open, and have you not heard? We are giving away a 2025 Jeep Beach Edition 392 in Mojito Green. It is a one-of-one vehicle. It's a unicorn, Kurt.
It is a unicorn.
Jeep gave us a unicorn.
It's a mojito green unicorn.
A
but it's a unicorn.
green. It is a mojito green unicorn, and it is amazing. And then we have another opportunity that I want to talk about that we have not spoken much about, and maybe we'll get back on this next week because I've got to get all of my information together. But we had last year, 5 weeks ahead of Jeep Beach, we started the March to Stop Suicide, right? Which we talked about with Daniel Dye and the Race to Stop Suicide. Well, we did a march, and we did it with Beyond the Brotherhood, which is an organization that supports not just our Navy SEALs, but also our veterans that are, dealing with mental health issues, and just helping them reintegrate back into society. And then also the Race to Stop Suicide, to keep the suicide prevention talks going and to really promote the 988 platform. This year, Jeep Beach Nation, if you are registered, you're going to be able to go onto our website and you can march. And it's not marching, it's walking basically, but we're calling it the march. The March to Stop Suicide, Jeep Beach March to Stop Suicide on Friday, Good Friday. So Friday morning, hopefully you have that day off, April 18th. We kick off the entire week putting this at the forefront of everybody's thoughts. And so stay tuned for that, because the huge sponsorships, and because of those sponsors anteing up their sponsorship money, we're going to be able to open it to a limited number of people to come and march with us for a suggested donation of $9.88. And why 988? Why $9.88? For the 988 suicide helpline. So anyway,
and what's cool about this, you can come marching out in the morning, And then that afternoon, you're going to come over to the beach in front
do
of the
the
Hard Rock,
5K because
and
the
we're gonna run
5K
our
is open.
Sunset 5K, which we have had a
huge
people are like,
huge
a
response.
Sunset, this is great.
So right there on the sand
Yep.
at sunset, it's going to be an amazing 5K. Kids Club is open. My
Yep.
gosh, the Kids Club is open. And I know that the Jeep Beach Off-Road Toolbox has been doing out and about over at the dealership at Daytona Dodge Chrysler.
Let me tell you
Jeep
right
Ram.
now, that's a set of tools right there.
Let me tell you, y'all, there is so much happening there. You can't even imagine what all. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to shut up now.
We're going to shut up. We're going to, because we kind of went over because we went a little sidetracked, but listen next week. We've got some more big announcements. And one of them may involve the off-road toolbox. So,
There you go.
we may have somebody in here that wants to talk about that next week.
All right. Well, you guys go to jeepbeach.com. All of this information is, if it's not right there on the homepage, it's as easy as going to my account and clicking on add-ons. You log into your account and away you go to make your Jeep Beach experience exactly what you want it to be. So super stoked, super excited, and cannot wait to see you guys. And just from the date and the time of this recording, we are 64 days, 9 hours, 39 minutes, and 50 seconds to Jeep Beach 2025, y'all. We'll see you really soon.
See you later.
Bye.
That's a wrap on Jeep Beach News and Views. Be sure to subscribe for future automatic downloads to your favorite podcast player app. Got a comment? Or would you like to be featured on Jeep Beach News and Views? Email us at radio@jeepbeach.com. That's radio@jeepbeach.com. Until next time, keep all four on the ground and your tops down.